everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. Can y'all hear me this morning? We had some stormy rain overnight, so it's a little wet this morning. But on the way to work, y'all. I just wanted to come on here. I have some of my thoughts. And please come on in, like, share, subscribe. Hello to those of you who will be watching the replay. Hey, Tracy313, good to see you. Hey, Lindsay. I will try to come on, hopefully, during my lunch to talk a little bit more about politics. Hey, Angela Smith. Like I did last week. So hopefully I remember and don't get bogged down with other stuff. Okay. My lunch break is a lot longer today. So I wanted to come on here because it's seeming like deja vu. It's seeming like, Whitney Houston, Deborah Cox, same script, different cast. I'm seeing repeated storylines. I'm seeing repeated script plays. Like, I'm seeing reruns. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jesus. Couldn't see the man. Lord Jesus. Protect everybody on the road. Me too. And pedestrians. Okay, so, but just with a new cast of characters. So last week, if you are those of you who are in the Jaguar sector, maybe some of y'all missed some things, you haven't been around a while, or some of y'all kind of been following some things, and you just kind of like, just want a little different opinion about what's going on. So I'm gonna give, because I'm nosy, and you like hearing the nosy stuff from me too. So I'm gonna give you my 2, my 3, maybe my 50 cent, 75, maybe $1 worth of my what I think about what's going on. So last week, y'all know Jaguar, right? She says she's a SA advocate, she's a whistleblower, she got the Defender of Freedom Award. She used to be in the music industry, but she just spends more of her time beefing with content creators. She's on the outs with her family, including her son. Recently, she's in a relationship with her fiance. She calls him Mr. Set in the West, Mr. Villalobos. So, and Jag got with him after, I think he interviewed her in California, and then it clicked, and then all of a sudden Jag does what she does in normal fashion. So Jag likes to pit people against each other and then watch the confusion, but she really likes people to fight over her because she likes to be the center of attention because she's a malignant narcissist. So when Mr. Sat in the West had a bigger platform and he knew he had a documentary and he had all these other things, he was offering a lot more of what Jaguar needed in a narcissistic supply and also enabler than the one she had already, because she had the mod squad. Okay, but she had already discarded with her behavior 2 other members. I guess they weren't really the mod squad. Well, one was the head mod in charge, and then Jag in typical fashion starts talking to you crazy, and so she left. So Kimmy Love left. Then Jag started labeling act because she's also jealous. She doesn't like anyone else to shine, so she fell out with OG Patrice. So OG Patrice, I think for the most part, saw the writing because the shade that Jag was throwing, and so she left. So that was like OG Patrice was discarding her. Well, Jag doesn't like to be discarded. She likes to do the discarding. But either way, she does it in a way so that the other person, she gets the remaining enablers, aka flying monkeys or narcissistic supply, to then smear the name of the people who know that either she discarded or discarded her. And she comes up with these stories It is always the same. This person was jealous of me. This person was saying all these weird things. This person is violent. This person is a bad parent. This person, if they're a man, they raped her, okay, essayed her, okay, or she'll say that they are bisexual. She said about her first husband and her second husband. And she'll say something's wrong with their children. Either they're a bad parent or their child has some type of weird behavior. She'll give people disease and everything. And so because she's smearing their name because she wants the remaining followers, enablers, narcissistic supply to stay and see her as, hey, I'm better than them. That's why they're not here anymore. Okay, that's what she wants them to do. So instead of just people who no longer get along, no longer be friends, just go their separate ways and be on about their business. So so she wants them to like I said, she wants them, and a number of things these people have said, and some of them have gotten together this past weekend, was that Jag calls you, wants you to look at something on YouTube, doesn't want certain people on your program, or doesn't want you to talk to certain people. She is constantly up all damn night. She monopolizes a lot of your time. Okay, monopolizes a lot of your time. And what is usually the final straw is her, I guess say, demanding behavior, because narcissists like her, they love bomb you. And then let's say they discard you, but then they want to get back with you because they realize, like, oh, you were a much better narcissistic supply than the ones that I replaced you with. And so then they go back to hoover you. She did that to TJ a couple of times, but it was just because there was, a lag in the storytelling. She didn't have any new drama to talk about. So, so that's what's ended up happening. And so she lost Maggie the Owl. And then it looks, but we've been to the city before a couple of times, that Mr. Set in the West, Mr. Villalobos, has left too. Hey, Nettabug. Hey, Leonardo Yuta. So, hey, Rashina. So, it looks like that. Is that a little light? What is that? What is that? Is something on my screen? Or is it the light? I don't know what that is on my screen. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay, so it might be the light. I don't know. But anyway, so looks like something like those. Okay, but anyway, so it seems like he didn't like how Jag, I guess, was talking to him, but it just seemed like a very lackluster breakup. Jag was online for like 12 hours and 26 minutes. By the way, YouTube, I believe, will only process, I think, 10 hours of that. Maybe with StreamYard 11, I think. So just content creators, double check when you go that long. So, yeah. And she was basically talking about Dusty, call him Dusty the whole time, and it was like playing these recorded messages, like voicemails and stuff from him, and like, remember Jack, she's always recording somebody and then playing it back for the rest of us. And I think this is after Maggie has left, and Maggie left because Odell was trying to tell her what to do on her program, and then Jack came up there and said, "Oh, you need to be listening to Odell." And Maggie was like, "This is my channel. I can do what I want. We can talk about this later because you're supposed to be in the hospital," because she's pretending to be in the hospital. And yeah, and then Jack would try to set her up, come on for a town hall, try to give her the D's nuts treatment so she can, talk crazy to her like she did D's nuts. And Maggie was like, "No, I ain't coming on her. Magic's a clout chaser, but she ain't crazy. She's stupid. Okay. So, and then Jack has been trying to do this kidnapping of Tammy Wallace like she did with Ronnie Bo. Oh, Ronnie Bo is missing. He's been arrested and he can't find him. And Ronnie Bo showed up like, I ain't missing, I'm right here. Tammy, and then like Danny Robinson said, Tammy Wallace don't want to be bothered with you, Jack. So that's why she's not picking up the phone. So if Dusty is not picking up his phone, then that means he doesn't want to talk to you right now. See, she's a malignant narcissist, doesn't like Jack. And that is if we are to believe this breakup, because guess what? How many times did she how many times did her and TJ break up? Didn't we hear when she was with Sip? Didn't we hear a whole argument online? And then later on they got back together, and then when they finally did break up, because Jag was trying to get him to move to Las Vegas and all that kind of stuff. And he finally admitted that that whole thing was fake. So is this another fake? Same script, different cast that you're doing with us right now? Because we've been here before. What did they say in Squid Game? I played this game before. Like, you don't have anything else to offer us, but everyone keeps saying, like, you know, why don't you do your music? Why don't you do these topics about, you know, different people, interviewing different people? But no, you spend too much time either creating mess, creating drama, to beef with other content creators that you tell people that are harassing you. How are we harassing you when you come into our chats as trolls? Or you get people on your team to come in the chats and be trolls. Or you, either you, Maggie, or Setting West, do some type of topic that involves one of the CCs. And you think they're not going to respond? Of course they're going to respond. And there's some people who are going to respond because that's their MO. That's their modus operandi. And they, some of them are in the mess too, which I kind of feel like they're kind of like your frenemies. And then some are just responding because you're a liar, Chad, and they're truth tellers, and they need to tell the truth on you. I don't know how many times Jag is trying to tell us that I'm working for Danny Robinson, other people working for Danny Robinson, we're all working for Tasha K, we're all working for Neurotic Nation, we're all doing these, it's like a big old conspiracy against her. No, it's not a big old conspiracy against you. You lie, we tell the truth, because there are people watching you. Some of them are for entertainment, and some of them actually believe what you say, and that is scary. And you have weaponized YouTube and some of these other content creators you've been love bombing against other people. And since some of the some CCs have a personality that's just like you, because they like to beef, they like the crowd, they like to be, you know, like to tell folks what to do. So they do that to each other too. But some people don't want to do that. Some people just want to come on here, do that content, have a good time, and leave. But some people, just like I said, same script, different character. We have seen some of the same CCs, and I like some of y'all too. I like some of y'all as content creators, as commentarians. I do have my favorites. Y'all know who my favorites are. Sean Everway, OKP, Darren Ross. Y'all already know that. Okay? Y'all already know that. But I have some others out there. That's in this sector. Put like this in this sector. That I like too. Other people, you know, I'm subscribed, or I see their videos through my feed. You know, I see from across the street, from the clouds, from the bushes. You know, sometimes they got some good things out. Like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But you know, I'm also nosy, so that's where I'm going to. I'm nosy. Yeah, her life is, you're right, Tracy. Her life is born out the chaos because she doesn't know how to have a life that's meaningful without there being drama. Sometimes this is what I've learned the hard way. Because some people like attention and some people don't care what kind of attention it is. It can be positive or negative as long as they're the center of attention. But sometimes that doesn't bring you peace. And sometimes I learned a little bit that peace at times is boring. Peace at times is boring. Because you're not fighting with anybody. You're not arguing with anybody. Okay? Nobody's making a video about you. You're not making a video about nobody else. Okay? You ain't got to change your phone number. You ain't got to change your email address. You ain't got nobody driving by your house. You ain't driving by nobody's house. Okay? The people around you, like attracts like. People around you are regular, average people that don't cause drama. And sometimes that look like it's boring. Guess what though? It's peaceful. And after a while, y'all, it takes you a while to understand that peace is beautiful. Peace is what you need and peace is what you want. Okay? And I think, me and Jag are the same age. And I think I'm at the point, it's like, yeah, I want peace. And so I had to stop doing certain things. There were chats that I had to stop going to. There were topics that I had to stop doing for a while. There were places I had to stop going. There were people that I had to stop associating with. There were sectors that I had to leave. Okay? I had to found a new group of people to hang out with that wasn't doing crazy stuff. Okay? So, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and watch. And be like, okay, I'll see how this play out. Don't get, like Diana said, don't get into two different content creators beef. Just, don't take no side. Be like, okay, all right, let's see how this work out. Because sometimes, same script, different cast, two people that been doing videos on each other, that don't like each other, all of a sudden, they're comrades. Because they mutually don't dislike the same person. Or they somehow become friends, but it doesn't last very long. Because one or both of them are narcissists too. Because narcissists like to be the center of attention. That's why there's quite a few narcissists, or some narcissists, who are movie stars, dancers, politicians, leaders, because they crave the narcissistic supply that comes from the praise and the admiration and being talked about and being clapped. Hooray, congratulations, getting awarded. Yeah, they do. And sometimes they're willing to do a lot of, not so good things to keep that going. So, yeah. So right now, Jag is, looks like she's losing people. Her former mods have come by Maggie's, Maggot's, channel. Maggie trying to get me to come out over there. No, baby, no. And I even put in my chat, like, did you not pay attention to what I said in my previous video? I said, be careful who you bring on your program. And, like, you shouldn't trust everybody. I said, Nate shouldn't trust you neither. I guess Maggie was supposed to be listening to me because I think she said the same thing on her channel in her next video. But, it's been very interesting seeing some of the previous cast of characters reunion, the reality show reunion. The Hunger Games reunion. The Hunger Games reunion, yeah. They're going, back over memory lane, trying to tell Maggie, like, okay, man, this is what happened here. Now, some of y'all need to understand, though, we're coming from different vantage points. So those of us who have been spectators, some of our memories are not as biased. Well, some of it is biased, but it's not as biased in that, some of y'all are saying things more favorably about yourself. Y'all telling the truth on Jag, though. Yeah. But I think some of y'all are not really taking accountability for your part if you're gonna apologize, apologize. If you're not gonna apologize, then don't apologize. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Okay. Also, if you're gonna apologize, let there be some type of changing your behavior. Changing your behavior. That, hey, I'm not gonna do this no more. Okay. I almost made this video and put the girl from Mean Girls, when a girl said you can't sit with us. I almost put that as my thumbnail, because I'm thinking, like, right now, some of y'all who have been following Jag, and whether it's other content creators, moderators, former chatters, former, you were doing stuff with Jag for Jag because you just believed Jag, even though we were telling you the truth, you didn't believe us. And now you're coming around to these other places where we are, and some of y'all are like thinking we're just gonna open our arms and be like, oh, come on in, prodigal son, prodigal daughter. No, not everybody's gonna feel that way. These content creators that Jag talked about, that y'all talked about, that the lies that y'all said, this was AI, that y'all called Danny Robinson a troll, head of the troll farm, and that she did all these things, right? Then, even though she warned some of y'all, hey, you keep coming for me on behalf of Jag, then I'm going to have to respond to you. And guess what she did? She responded to you, and some of y'all didn't like it because her clapback was so much stronger than yours. Okay? It's one thing to do commentary on someone and say, hey, I don't like them doing this, this, and that. But then when you basically are repeating and spreading the lies that Jag has said, and you either know that they're lies or you find out they're lies and you're still saying them. Okay? Okay? Yoshi tried to come with this lie that the official King Pain had somehow taken her money and was doing that for Jag so that Jag could discard him. Even though official King Pain and all the supporters of the Crown family are the ones who collected money to get Jag up out of jail. With her ungrateful ass, because Shauna Roy was correct. Jag is ungrateful. She's entitled. How you gonna double cross somebody that got you out of jail? Then you try to pit Shauna Roy and OKP against each other. And they're friends and they talk what, every day? And then what ended up happening is Jaguar tried to discard OKP, and SEW discarded her. She didn't see that coming. Okay, and then guess what everyone else did who became Jaguar's new friend? She's on the outs with those content creators, so then they started doing stuff on either her behalf or because they believed her. So guess what those content creators did? They clapped back in the fashion they're accustomed to. And plus, they're content creators. They have a whole lot more followers. And their supporters. They're willing to help them clap back. Bell's wrong, y'all. Y'all just, like I said, same script, different cast. Some cast of characters leave, some don't. It ebbs and flows. It's like different seasons, So I'm just saying, don't get fooled by the play. I'm still waiting on this letter. Did Sat in the West really leave? Is this just a play? Is Jag jagging out? Because this jagging out she doing is very low key compared to the stuff she used to do. She was singing sad songs when Goomba left her. I'm just like, okay. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm waiting on when is the next Johnny Popcorn gonna show up. That's what I'm. Okay, if we're gonna do same script, different cast. Okay, all right. Well, y'all have a good day, rest of y'all day. Y'all be safe out here in these YouTube streets, in these chats, in these panels. Okay? New people come around, welcome. But just come in and sit and be quiet and read the room first. Okay? Now you a flip flopper, I want to just stay in the bushes and the clouds for a long while. For a long while. Okay? All right? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. And by the way, don't be going on everybody's panel. Some people come over to talk so then they can go back to their channel, go live, and then talk about what they just did over there and how they really felt for content. They might not be really your friend. Just saying. And you jumping on someone else's panel, they probably not really your friend either. So I'm just saying, protect yourselves out here. Bye.